Welcome to Yoga Nidra. My name is Akasha Kirti, and we will be moving into a practice that is a lot like a guided meditation. So it's a practice where you lie down on your back and we move into a yogic sleep. When I do longer versions of this practice, I spend the first 10 or 15 minutes warming up the body or getting the body ready to relax by doing some gentle stretches or movement. So it's a good idea to move a little bit before you do this practice if you're feeling tense at all. And if you're feeling pretty good and relaxed, then you can go ahead and start making your way onto your back. So you can get nice and comfortable, get a nice warm blanket over the top of you, and you want to have your spine in alignment. So if you put something under your head, just have it be like a small cushion. Hands are out to the side of your body, palms facing up, and feet can just sort of open up down there and relax. There may or may not be something under your knees for the comfort of your low back. So that's the position that we'll be in today, and most of you who join me in this practice are very familiar with how to get comfortable in Yoga Nidra. So go ahead and get comfortable now and really make yourself so comfortable. It might even feel good to do a little bit of shimmying and shaking. So maybe even just sort of shake out your arms, shake out your legs, shake your feet back and forth, shake out your hands. Maybe your head kind of shakes a little bit back and forth. And then a big sigh. Maybe even for a moment you take your fingertips or your palms and just massage along your jaws. Just gently, maybe up along your temples. Big, slow circles, firm pressure. Maybe even massaging just a little bit at the bridge of the nose, or pulling your fingers in between your eyebrows and then kind of moving them along the eyebrows out to the outer edges of the eyes. So in through the bridge of the nose and around and up through the eyebrows. Do that a few times if that feels good. And then pulling a little bit on your ears. So pull your earlobes. You can pull your ears out if that feels nice. I kind of like that feeling. Pulling the ears down. Massaging the earlobes and along the upper and lower ridge of the ears. And then maybe if it feels good, you reach around back and just rub the back of your neck where your neck meets your skull, and then allow down your shoulders. And as you're just so you're just getting nice and relaxed. Keep massaging your face and neck for a moment, or it might feel good to even massage your hands. Just kind of give yourself a little massage, running your thumbs along your palms. I kind of like to rub my hands up my fingers, pulling a little bit on my fingers, switching hands now. And then maybe a few shoulder rolls, or inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling them down and back. And then just keep doing that for as long as it feels nice. And then go ahead and find yourself in stillness. And let your eyes close. And then just inviting your belly here to soften. So we walk around a lot with our bellies held in. Okay, and it becomes an unconscious holding on. So consciously just release through your belly, soften, and let it fill with breath. And sigh again. And then just inviting your consciousness to do a little exploring here. So just noticing what's happening inside of your body. And some days when I do this, when I'm still, almost for the first time, since work and everything, sometimes it's really uncomfortable. Sometimes I notice that I'm stiff or achy. Sometimes I notice that I have a big feeling that I haven't really been acknowledging very well during the day, or my mind is racing. So whatever you sort of notice in your system as you're lying here with your eyes closed, just kind of notice it without judgment. So just observe, and then observe the next thing. And anything and everything is welcome to be there. We're not trying to get rid of anything. We're just going to notice it. Just notice what's hanging out in your body today. And then kind of notice what's hanging out in your environment. As you keep your eyes closed and your body still, just notice what you're aware of in your environment today. What sounds, smells, feelings. And then for a moment, just think in your mind, be aware of awareness. Aware of awareness. And just notice what that does when you become aware of the watcher. And now in this state of awareness with your body still, body is still lying on the ground. For our intention today, I'm going to invite you to do something slightly different than we normally do. And you can take this invitation or leave it. So perhaps your intention for tonight is focused around a belief that you have about yourself, an untrue belief that you have about yourself. So maybe it's a thought that occurs to you often. It's sort of a negative self-talk that recurs. Or maybe it's not quite a thought and it's more like a feeling in your body right now. Okay. Or maybe it's a pattern that you've observed in your life, like a pattern of behavior. Okay, so once something comes to mind, let that be just right. And if nothing comes to mind, then just pick a different intention. And then turning that into an intention for today where it's positively stated as if it's already occurred. So for example, if I feel like I'm not worthy to be happy, or I'm not lovable, or something like that, then I might turn my intention into I feel worthy, or I am worthy of the best love, the best relationships. Or maybe it's I am deeply loved, or I trust myself, or whatever it might be. So just play with the phrasing, and then when you get it nice and concise, say it in your mind 3 times. And please know that if you choose to, and it is always a choice, you can release that belief or that thought or that pattern today. It doesn't have to be a lengthy, painful, whatever kind of process. You can release that belief, that thought, whatever it is, today. Okay. So still lying on your back here, we'll begin the rotation of consciousness. So as I say a part of your body, keep your body still, but just become aware of that part of your body. And maybe tonight, if it feels in flow, you can imagine using a color of paint. You can imagine dipping like your thumb in a certain color of paint, or painting along the edges of it, whatever color you like. So become aware of your right thumb. Then maybe imagining the index finger going in that color, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Then imagine dipping the whole right hand and feeling the sensation or the awareness of the right palm, the right back of the hand, the spaces between the fingers. Then as if you're submerging the hand totally, feel the awareness travel up your right wrist, your right forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder. Then feel as if that color, that awareness is traveling down the right side of your body and down onto your right hip, thigh, kneecap, shin, ankle, right foot, and right toes. For a moment, observe the sensation of the whole right side of your body. And now shifting your awareness to the left side of your body, maybe imagining that color on the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. All of the fingers now, from tips to where they meet the palm. The spaces between the fingers, the palm of the left hand and the back, left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit. Feel the color travel down the left side of the chest, the left waist, left hip, the left thigh, kneecap, shin and calf, ankle, top and bottom of the left foot, left toes. And for a moment, pause and notice the sensation of the whole left side of your body. Feel as if now you're painting with that color in your awareness, noticing your belly, soft, your rib cage, soft, your heart center. Maybe even imagining peeking in at your beating heart, your collarbones, the notch at the base of your throat, then noticing the sensation of your chin, mouth. Imagine painting the right ear, the left ear. Feel the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose, right cheekbone, left cheekbone. Imagine painting the right eyelid and feeling the eye beneath it soft. Left eyelid, eye soft. The space between the eyebrows, the forehead, the hairline, the top of the head, back of your head. For a moment, pausing and observing the sensation of your whole face and head. Then paint in your mind the back of your neck, the length of your spine, your shoulder blades, the middle of your back, the curve of your low back, your buttocks. And now, feeling your whole right arm dripping in that color, that nourishing color. your whole left arm now. And both arms at the same time. Whole left leg. Whole right leg. Both legs. Feel the whole right side of your body. Feel the whole left side of your body. Feel the whole right side of your body again. Left side again. Back of the body where it touches the ground. Front of the body. Top half of the body from the belly button up. Top half of the body. Bottom half of the body. Feel your whole body. Feel your whole body. Feel your whole body. Move your awareness of your body from the skin, the outer body. Then feel your awareness move to the inner body, the organs, the tissue, the bones. Move your awareness back to the outer body, the surface of the skin, back to the inner body, and the whole body again, the whole body. Now imagine standing inside kind of like an inflatable tube, an inflatable egg that's sort of collapsed around your body, that's in that same color that you chose. Then imagine that there's like a little pump, kind of like a little bicycle pump. And imagine pumping that pump so that this little egg around your body, this colored egg, starts to expand in every direction. Almost like it's expanding with your breath. Feel the area around your body, this colored part around your body, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Keep going. Keep expanding it outward. Expand it above your head as well, and down into the ground. And then when it feels really nice and spacious, this big, soft egg cushion around you, then stop pumping and just feel the space around you clear and clean. Nothing in this space but you. Begin being aware of your breath, breathing in the color that you chose. Imagine inhaling through the left nostril, exhaling through the left nostril, then inhaling through the right nostril, exhaling through the right nostril. So alternating awareness of your breath through your nostrils. And count those breaths down backwards from the number 11. Breathing in that color through alternate nostrils. Let go of the counting and the awareness of your breath. become aware of a sensation of being surrounded by support. So almost as if you could look around and imagine you could see all of these people, known or unknown, living or not living, all around you, this massive support system. And just feel the sensation of being supported. Feel the sensation of being encouraged, as if this support system is cheering you on. And then imagine looking at the palms of your hands, as if you're studying the palms of your hands and the lines in your hands, the curves of your hands. Imagine you can see your story written in the palms of your hands. And as you look at the palms of your hands, they transform for a moment into like a little movie screen where you see a picture. The picture flashes, you feel it on every level, and then you go back to just observing the lines and the story in the palms of your hands. So looking at the palms of your hands and seeing a pine tree, a canoe, a clover, children laughing, a mother wearing an apron, a swing set, cacti, a sunset, a sunrise, a snowflake, a frozen lake, daffodils, a dozen red roses, a ring, a baby, someone crying, someone laughing, a book. And then releasing all of those images and just imagine looking once again at the palms of your hands. And then imagine taking the palms of your hands and imagine that thought that we, or the belief, or the feeling in our body that we played with at the beginning. Imagine that that thought sort of appears on the palms of your hands as if it's written there, and just observe it. Just notice it, this belief. Then imagine taking the palms of your hands and placing them somewhere on your body where that feeling mostly hangs out, where that belief or that pattern sort of originates from in your body. So just imagine placing your palms maybe on your stomach or your heart or your head or wherever that belief comes from. And just notice the way that that belief feels in your body. Just observe. You are the observer. And then after you're aware of this, asking this support system that's all the way around you, ask them to help you understand this belief or this pattern or this thought. Say, help me understand this. And then just be aware of any thoughts or imagery that may or may not come to mind, with nothing that is or is not supposed to happen. It doesn't need to make sense. Just let it come or not. And then maybe, if you want to, asking your support system that's all around you, cheering you on, helping you in this moment, to help you understand the origin of this thought or belief or pattern. What's the origin? Listen. And then imagine that you're standing and looking in front of a mirror with your hands still written this belief and still on your body in the place where you feel it. Imagine looking in a full-length mirror. See yourself. Just observe without judgment. And then imagine that you can see behind you in the mirror. And as you do, you see the faces of any people in your generational lines that this feeling or belief might be connected to. And maybe you know them and maybe you don't. Then imagine turning around from the mirror and facing this line of people that may have had this same belief or pattern or feeling. See them all in front of you. Thank them for this belief and whatever it's taught you. And then, with the help of your whole support system, begin to hand that belief, idea, or feeling back to them. Just start handing it back. And just imagine that you can feel all of the strands or all of the effects of this belief pulling out of your body, almost like cobwebs. All these little strings, everywhere it's attached. Feel as if you and your support system are pulling it out of the cells of your body and just lovingly handing it back where it came from. Just keep handing it back and know that anyone you hand it to doesn't have to hold it. They can always give it away as well. And then when that feels complete, turn back around, facing the mirror once again. And just notice any difference in the way that you look or not. And then looking in front of you to the side of the mirror, just noticing anyone that's contributed to this idea or added to this belief, right? Anyone from the here and now. Maybe someone that you've shared an experience with that has reinforced this belief. Just whoever appears is great, whoever you imagine. There's no right or wrong. And it doesn't need to make sense. And then once again, with the help of your support system, just imagine handing this belief back to anyone who's added to it. Give it back. And maybe once again, imagining those strings, those cobwebs, pulling them out, especially at the place where it hangs out in your body, but anywhere else too. Maybe you find little strands on your shoulders, the back of your neck, your legs, your knees. Just pull all of that out and hand all of the belief, the energy around the belief, back where it came from, lovingly. And now feel as if these sort of spider webs, these strings of energy, are pulling out of you from every direction. So they're still coming out of the front of you, clearing, clearing, clearing. They're pulling out of the back of you. They're pulling out of the sides and out of your head, so that it's almost like your support system that's totally surrounding you is pulling all of this out. Let it go. Allow it to clear. And just with curiosity, notice if there's anywhere that you're holding on. And then with everything that you're ready to release, the whole support system says 1, 2, 3, and they pull. And you feel it all move out of your body. You feel yourself maybe even lying on the ground now. Noticing the sensation of having that out of your body. And then a really key figure in this support system, someone that really unconditionally comes up to you and takes your hands in their hands and looks at the palm of your hand and says, it's time to write a new story. It's time to write a new belief. And they lean down and whisper into the palms of your hands this new belief. Something that's true about you. And you feel your palms get warm and tingly. And you look at that message, you hear it or feel it or see it. What is this new belief about you? And then you take your hands and once again place them on that part of your body where that old belief used to live. And as you press your hands against that part of your body, you feel that new belief begin to seep in, all the way in through your cells, into that part of the body, filling that part of your body with light, with that belief, until it is overflowing and starts to move into the whole rest of your body. For a moment, imagining moving up to the stars, into the vast space that is your third eye. Move up, 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 all the way up into the vast, still blackness. Rest. Now beginning to move back down to the space between your support system. And then with the intention of clearing any residual, anything that needs to be cleared, becoming aware of any spontaneous imagery, thought, or feeling that may flash for you or may not. No attachment, just seeing it and letting it move. Releasing that now, once again, becoming aware of the sensation of that new belief and saying your intention in your mind 3 times, powerfully stating it within your body. Noticing the vibration, how it feels in your body. And feeling that intention and that new belief that you wrote. Feel it course through your body, almost like it's moving through your veins, through the blood in your veins, to your whole body. And feel your whole body fill with light and with a softness, almost like you're floating. Thanking your support system and knowing that they will work with you through the night as you sleep. They will continue to work with you with this. Becoming aware again of my voice, of the ground beneath you, the ceiling above you. Becoming aware of your breath moving through your body. Counting down from 5, I'll ring a bell. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yoga Nidra is over. Deep breath. Begin wiggling your fingers and your toes. Circle your hands on your wrists and your feet on your ankles. Stretch your arms overhead. Roll to one side for a moment. Feel softness for yourself. Gratitude for yourself. Love for yourself. Stay there if you like and rest, or come to a seated position with your hands in prayer pose at your heart. Whichever spot you're in, feel a moment of reverence for who you are, for your story, for the part of you that's much bigger than your story. Closing with an Om. After we say Om, feel the vibration. Feel as if your body is vibrating Om. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much.